One of the main problems that women face today is that intelligent and high net worth men completely understand the nature of women and know how hypergamy and monkey branching control their lives. I think it's an unwritten rule that having enough money puts a big red circle on your back. So, you have to be even more careful now on spending, especially on women. And that's how most rich and wealthy men feel today. Imagine working hard to make something of yourself, but still thinking that landing the average pro is the greatest achievement of your life. There are those guys too, but they're a minority. You see, when a man is truly rich, he has already faced his fair share of experiences with all sorts of women to recognize what women are like in a relationship, especially when they know the guy is rich. Wealthy men are having a hard time dating in the West and having relationships. Men aren't dating or getting into relationships. From an external point of view, one might think that rich guys will have scores of women lined up for them outside their front door and on social media. The reality is that these men are so high up the SMV chain that a lot of average women can't even access these guys. And the women who have access to these guys are mostly pros or recently divorced, where they've already taken half of the total assets of some miserable rich guy before them. Rich men aren't dumb. They see all of this, and then they know if they were dumb enough to get into a relationship with a Western woman, they'd be doomed. Perhaps the better option for rich men would be to be a passport bro and find love on the other side of the planet. They say that wealthy men are intelligent men. While I don't believe in this because I've seen too many dumb guys become millionaires just because their dads gave them real estate money, it can be generally true for the guys who are self-made millionaires of billionaires. With great wealth comes greater responsibility. Okay, I might have used a Spider-Man line here, but here's the point I'm trying to make. A rich guy can be a dumb guy, but only for the short term. But a rich guy can be an intelligent guy if he sustains his wealth and keeps on adding millions to his net worth. These are the guys who understand women and know which ones are after his money. And even if he wanted to shower his money on her, he still needs to make sure that at least the woman is loyal to him and his family and will never cross the boundaries with him. And finding a decent loyal woman, especially one who is somehow looking for rich men, is almost impossible to find. Men have given up because there are no women who are worthy of marriage. If you do find someone, how long will it be before she drags you through the family court system just to ruin your life? I'd rather stay happily single, pump and dump, and keep all my stuff versus believing a woman's word that she won't ruin me whenever she decides to. As we all know, even if a woman says she won't divorce you and take all your stuff, the courts are not on your side, prenups are toilet paper, and a woman's word is worthless. Most women will never tell you anything they want in explicit terms. They want you to figure out and guess what they need and read their minds. They want you to play their mind games where they always have to win. Consider if you are a millionaire, you have the choice to date all over the world. You are less constrained by location. It only really matters how culturally skilled you are in other countries. The female population versus the female population of the world, or even the English-speaking world. Remember that there are more English-speaking people in India than there are in the USA. So as long as you are discerning and perceptive, if you have the cash, you can probably find a good woman outside the US, even if the odds of it are 1,000,000 to 1. I find it ludicrous that people seem to equate fame and fortune with an easy life of luxury. It doesn't do that. It simply amplifies anything that's already there. If you're an idiot, your mistakes will be even bigger. Do you think it was bad getting foodie calls before? Imagine being surrounded by gold-digging vultures. Every woman was once a little girl looking up to daddy, and they're trying to replicate that relationship dynamic with their mate. Well, he's trying to lead women like he would a guy. Guys are more likely to see the care in that because you wouldn't bother to correct them if you didn't care. Women? No. Women love to think they care for you the way you do for them. Letting them cry on your shoulder and hear them out. Don't. She will see it as a weakness in your armor, and imagine how others will exploit that vulnerability and destroy you. If you can be destroyed so easily, she can't rely on you, so she runs, sometimes even using it as a weapon against you. Instead, you want her to show her love for you through intimacy, silence, and a sandwich. Know when to provide intimacy, be present, and be available for that. Silence. Know when it's best to leave you alone, and sandwich. That's doing something nice for you to show her support. It doesn't have to be a sandwich. It could be packing your bags for you before you go on a business trip or whatever. It doesn't matter how much money you have or how fit and handsome you are. The most important thing is the game and connection with the girl. Girls are getting lots of money, and that destroys them. Money is poison for women. They love forgiving situations. They get bored even if you have play. You are getting cheated if your girl has no values. And today's values are lost in most people. Nowadays, couples don't have true bonding experiences like they had in more difficult times in the past. Also, men collectively need to get their morals in check and not be promiscuous, and that should straighten up the women's behavior. Too many choices and no consequences for promiscuity is the problem too. Too many choices probably signals in the woman's brain to sleep with the next best conquering man, like in war times. In today's world, women view men as an accessory like a purse or a necklace. All these masculine traits like being tall, having money, and having a large member are there to elevate her in the eyes of other women. If you want today's relationships to work, you play the part of the accessory in her story, witnessed by her female circle of friends. The rich men in this clip didn't get it. That's what they're doing to the girls, and the girl doesn't want to be an accessory in her own story. That's the key to making it work, to make your girl look like the movie star. But the real question everyone starts to wonder is if it's worth all the effort. The problem that we are continuing to witness is that Western society has become very dysfunctional, and one cause for this problem is the breakdown of the traditional nuclear family structure in which children are not being raised in stable homes. To all men, be the best versions of yourselves and look outside of Western society to find wives. In my opinion, social media and cell phones are the biggest issues. Many good things come from it, but people ignore the bad things: desire, lust, and temptation. Unlike previous generations, women today have access and communications with hundreds or thousands of men. Before it would be 5, 20 men depending on where they lived. The biggest red flag of a decent-looking girl is how strong is their social media presence. 4, 8 hours on their phone is a big red flag. Several selfies per week is a big red flag. Rich men are frustrated at how bad women are in relationships. Women in North America are just pretty bad partner quality. Too spoiled, too many toxic role models, or weak or absent father figures. Wealthy men become wealthy by taking extraordinary risks and by giving it their days and nights. They're not going to settle for mediocre women who have no sense of loyalty anytime soon. Eventually, these wealthy men will travel across the world to find better women than Western women. I'm sure they already are. Thanks for watching Man Reacts. Show us your love and support by liking this video, sharing it with your friends, and subscribing to the channel. Support us and help us spread support for men around the world. Do comment and share your thoughts. We're always up for a healthy debate and discussion.